Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into things, just a reminder, myself and Future Press are hosting a giveaway over on Twitter right now where you can win one of 3 copies of the 2023 Collector's Edition of the new Animal Crossing New Horizons official complete guidebook. This is the new edition that's not even out in some regions yet, with all the updates and Happy Home Paradise included, so don't forget to enter. Anyway, just a quick video today as Nintendo has been hitting the headlines over the weekend as they have effectively stopped the Dolphin Emulator releasing on Steam. And no matter how you feel about emulating games, I think this could be great news for the Switch and maybe even Animal Crossing, so stay tuned to find out why. Now, the Dolphin Emulator is essentially a third-party emulator that allows users to play Gamecube and Nintendo Wii games off console and on their computers. This is no secret, emulation has been around for as long as the internet, but it seems this week Nintendo decided they didn't like the idea of people playing Gamecube and Wii games directly through Steam, so issued a DMCA takedown for the listing to essentially stop it before it was released. Now, Nintendo are of course well within their rights to protect their IP, but for now at least it does seem limited to the Steam release from what I can tell. Anyway, the first thing that comes to mind is, why would Nintendo care about people playing old games that are no longer officially supported if they're not planning something? So this has of course got people wondering whether this is less about Nintendo protecting their old games and more about future-proofing what's next for Nintendo Switch. And when you consider the Steam release of Dolphin would have allowed users to play Gamecube games on desktop or handheld using Steam Deck for example, you can see why Nintendo would be concerned about this. And in short, makes you wonder, is this because Nintendo are actually preparing to bring Gamecube and Wii games to Nintendo Switch in some capacity? Now, Nintendo have released a pretty in-depth statement regarding this matter that you can read here, but this essentially states this version of Dolphin circumvents Nintendo's protection measures and ultimately harms development and innovation, which sounds like it could be damaging for something Nintendo is developing. Anyway, after the Pikmin release, which is in July I believe, Nintendo doesn't have too much announced for what's next, other than a few Game Boy game titles which I'm pretty excited about. So it's feasible to think maybe Nintendo are planning to either finally bring Gamecube games to Nintendo Switch Online later this year, just like they did recently with Game Boy games, or even port some bestsellers from Gamecube and Wii to Nintendo Switch. Should this be the case, you can see why Nintendo wouldn't want anything like Dolphin releasing on Steam affecting this era of video games. Anyway, with all this in mind, things may be starting to fall in place for Animal Crossing, because if this does hint that Nintendo are planning to release a GameCube app, then the GameCube version of Animal Crossing will almost certainly get a release, and if this hints at ports rather than the app, there's a good chance Animal Crossing will get a port instead. So with nothing much announced after Pikmin and Nintendo confirming their presence at conventions later in the year, which will feature Animal Crossing by the way, it really gets you wondering what exactly are they planning? Especially since we don't know too much about what's happening in the second half of the year, and you know, Animal Crossing New Horizons has been out for 3.5 years now, it's been incredibly popular, and not only are they going to want to do more with the likes of Nintendo Switch Online, they're going to want to do something with Animal Crossing pretty soon. And what better way to keep the franchise alive than release a port or re-release a retro version of Animal Crossing? Of course, this is all rumour and speculation, and Nintendo could just be protecting their back catalogue, but the timing certainly seems strange. What do you think? Could we finally see Gamecube games on Switch and a retro Animal Crossing no less? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to learn more about the updates and changes for New Horizons coming in June, be sure to check out this next video. Peace.